Hi everybody, welcome back to the Powered by Precision podcast. Today I'm going to be joined by Maarten Tromp, who is a nutrition coach I connected with on the forum for nutrition coaches for the company that we trained with, Precision Nutrition. We had a great chat and we talked about his business, his journey to his business, his life in lockdown and his various moves into a few different countries, and a little bit more about his business, mental health and fitness in general. Really hope you enjoy the podcast. And if you do, please like, share and subscribe. Please leave a review if you'd like to. And don't forget to check out both of our infos in the show notes. Cheers guys and enjoy the podcast. Okay, so hello everyone, welcome back to the Powered by Precision podcast. Today I'm joined by Maarten. We connected via Facebook, via a Facebook group that we're both in, and hopefully we're going to hear some good things about him and about his business and about his journey in fitness. So welcome. If you want to just kick off by telling us a little bit about your journey and your venture into the fitness industry.
Yeah, sure. So, well, I actually also just started. I recently got my certificate from Precision Nutrition, and I'm like, my stage right now is just that I'm trying to build my business and try to grow and I'm making an ebook right now with plant-based recipes, and yeah, I'm starting to try to do an online nutrition coaching business.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I just been through like a lot of changes. I'm in Bali right now. I'm living in Bali.
Okay.
And yeah, last year I was still working as a financial consultant, and right now I'm working for a startup here, and on the side I'm doing this nutrition business, which hopefully I can like expand and try to make it into something like full time for me, because I really love to work with that and actually help other people.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah,
So
that's why I want to do it.
yeah, so obviously a lot of the thing about precision nutrition, the same for myself, the reason I go into it is all about being able to help people in a way that sort of makes the results last.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
don't know about where you are, but here in the UK, we definitely have a lot of companies that try and put you on a path of weight loss, weight gain, weight loss, weight gain, that basically
Yeah,
makes them make a lot of money, but
yeah, exactly.
doesn't necessarily get the results that are going to last for people, and doesn't necessarily educate the people. And obviously that's what
Yeah,
I'm trying to do. That's what you're trying to do, and that's what many others are trying to do. Is give that education to basically get those results sustainably.
yeah, exactly.
So obviously you mentioned a year ago you were working in finance. What
Yeah.
prompted the change?
Well, I've always been passionate about sports, and I also just became much more aware of like mental stuff,
Yeah,
which is also a big deal for most people, especially in the sceneries. I was like in that environment,
mm-hmm.
and yeah, I was just like working long hours, and sitting in traffic all day, and just not feeling how do you say that I had a purpose,
Yeah.
basically.
So
And yeah, so that's what started to think about, okay, what can I do to change this, and what can I do to pursue more my passions and more
mm-hmm.
my interests. So yeah, that's when, like, around this time last year, I started to really start to subscribe to the course, and like to make steps towards a change. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So what was that based in? Wasn't based in Bali where you were working in
No,
finance.
I'm from Holland. I'm from Amsterdam.
Okay, so you moved from
So
Amsterdam straight to Bali.
no, actually the plan was to be in Jakarta
Okay.
for 6 months. I'm working for a Dutch company that is building startups mainly in Jakarta.
Okay.
But then the pandemic happened, and that changed everything up a little bit. My boss, who's also from Holland, decided to go back to Amsterdam because he actually got sick.
Okay.
So then my girlfriend is from America, and we were like in that situation, and we knew that the airport was going to close down soon, so we had to make a decision. And for her, it was not possible to go back to Europe because they didn't let people from the United
Yeah.
States in. And yeah, so, and Jakarta wasn't really our city.
Okay.
I don't know if you know a little bit about it, but it's like one of the biggest cities in the world with, I think, about 30 million people in
All
it.
right. Okay.
And it's just insane. You think I'm in Indonesia, I'm going to live in the jungle, but just live in a mall there basically. And
Yeah.
so yeah, now then we decided to move here, and yeah, it's been a really good decision for us.
Cool.
And
Yeah.
yeah, luckily I'm still able to build a business here.
Yeah. I'm
We're
guessing with
working.
the business, the nutrition coaching side thing, a lot of it's done online, isn't it? So it
Yeah,
it doesn't
exactly.
really matter where you are in the world. You can still sort of practice
Yeah,
and you can still do your job.
and
Um,
Bali is a really how do you say, picture perfect place. Like
yeah.
there's a lot of good and
Yeah.
healthy
Looking at your Instagram, it
places.
looks very picture perfect, I must say.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So you mentioned that you've always been into sports and fitness. So what sort of stuff have you done in the past?
Yeah, so I played hockey in Holland a lot. Like I played on a reasonable competitive level,
Cool.
and I just always went to the gym next to that two times a week.
Yeah,
So I've always exercised a lot. Yeah.
very good.
Mhm.
So, I mean, I try to avoid talking about the pandemic a lot, but how's life in Bali during the pandemic?
Yeah. So here it's actually like the locals are not concerned about the pandemic at all, actually,
Okay.
but they're mainly concerned about where the tourists are not coming,
Yeah, yeah,
because the economy here is like have everything is tourism here.
yeah,
From 4 million per year tourists. So yeah, they're really struggling. And maybe
right.
you've seen it on my Instagram, but we're actually also doing food drops in
Yeah,
Bali.
did, yeah, very good.
Yeah, yeah, because some people really need help. Last weekend we went to East Bali, and those people have nothing. Like they're really struggling.
Yeah.
So we're just trying to help what we can.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
suppose the tourist areas will thrive when it's tourist season, but I'm guessing that like a lot of tourist countries, there's areas that really struggle regardless. So,
Yeah, yeah, true. Some areas are just it's still a third world country,
yeah,
but normally it's going quite well for them, for the people who live in the touristic areas. But now also all the tourists are gone, so they have no way
they're
to.
starting to struggle
It's
as
not
well. Yeah,
it's not like Holland that they can just get money from the government. They
yeah, yeah,
work like that. They really have to fend for themselves.
yeah.
So
Oh well, that's
yeah,
a very very good thing that you're doing. Very impressive. It's good to see.
thanks.
Obviously, I
Yeah.
checked on your Instagram, seeing the things that you're sharing, and it's really positive, really good.
Mm.
It's sort of like giving something back to where you are. Obviously, you've made Bali your home, and you're going to make it your business area. So why not
Yeah.
give something back? Really, really good. So going back to your new nutrition business, then. So you are
Mhm.
on obviously on Instagram, the Nature Nutritionist, and
Yeah.
so fully plant based. Um, is it plant based by choice of health or choice of sustainability for the world, or what would you have you always been plant based, or is it a recent thing?
No, it's a very recent transition
Okay.
actually. Actually, since I always it's been almost 2 years that I became more aware of the sustainable and the animal welfare basically. But I just didn't know how to make nice food with it. So it was still really hard to completely make that change. But
Mm-hmm.
since I am here now in Bali, it's so much more easy, and I've opened my eyes to many products that you can make anything with animal products. You can make anything plant-based.
Yeah.
And I like to say plant-based because if you say vegan or veganism, people often like, oh, I don't
Yeah.
want that,
Come,
me myself as
comes with a
well.
bit of
If
comes with a bit
someone
of a stigma.
Yeah, if someone told me 2 years ago, like, "Oh, you're vegan," I thought it's like, "Wow, that's really intense, man." But
Yeah.
it's not. If you know how to do it, it's not. It's
Yeah,
really not.
it's. I mean,
And
it's not something. It's something I've read a lot, and I'm quite big into cycling. So a lot of cyclists have gone
yeah,
like plant-based, vegan, and it's something I've read a lot about, but not something I've ever done as a long-term thing. We tend to try and have a few meat-free days a week, but again, it's not something I've never really worked with anyone who's been plant-based. I've never done it myself, so it's quite interesting to
yeah,
read and speak to someone who's there doing it. So
yeah.
obviously you're writing your ebook at the minute. So is that going to be recipes,
Yeah.
fitness, everything included?
It's gonna be mainly recipes, plant-based recipes, and I'm trying to make it in such a way that it's like easy replacements for, like, I don't know, just a pasta pesto, which normally with chicken.
Mm-hmm.
Now you make it with tempeh or
Okay.
with tofu. That it's like, because I'm not the best chef in the world and I can make great food with it. So
Yeah.
it's like, I think most people can do it if they know the
Yeah.
products, and just also a little bit about the health benefits of some foods, and in general, switching to a whole food plant-based diet is one of the best things you can do for your own health,
Yeah.
especially
Yeah.
if you are like heavily on the animal products. If you will have a lot of improvements to your health, I think.
Yeah, I think I mean,
Yeah,
I don't know if you've seen it, but I mean, it took a lot of backlash. But the Game Changers documentary on
yeah,
Netflix, obviously,
yeah, I've seen it.
from what I understand, it was, and what I've read and what I've heard, it was quite a lot. There was quite a lot of holes, or quite a lot of
Yeah, they make
bias.
some claims. Yeah,
Yeah,
true.
quite a lot of bias, but it's certainly got
Yeah,
people talking. It's certainly got people thinking, and it's certainly put the whole plant-based idea out there a lot more. And
yeah,
really, if that's what it takes to get it out there a lot more, then it's a good thing, I suppose, in it, because it's like you say,
well,
veganism
yeah,
comes with a bit of a stigma, and Game Changers open people up to talk a
yes,
bit more about it and maybe investigate a little
yeah,
bit more about it. Because I know I certainly did after watching it, and hearing that it was maybe full of false
yeah.
claims. So you look into it a little bit more and realise that they're not necessarily false claims. They just made the show to fit the narrative that they wanted it to fit. The things they were saying were still good. It was still good for your health. It still provides all those benefits. Just they didn't put the counter argument in, I suppose.
Yeah, but like, look at any marketing campaign for any diet, and that's what they do.
Yeah,
So
obviously,
it's not new or
no,
anything that they did that. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. I don't think. I think it was just. I don't know. Really, it wasn't. It was marketed really well, and like you say, if you're going to want to promote something, you only focus on the good. You don't focus on the counter argument. You don't focus on anything else. You focus on what the benefits are, and
yeah,
it certainly it had the desired effect, didn't it? Because I imagine all they wanted to do was get everyone talking about plant-based food and plant-based methods, and it certainly worked.
yeah. I
So I'll credit them.
I think there's a big shift coming, like, towards plant-based.
Mm-hmm.
It's growing really fast, and
Yeah.
I really like the account Plant Proof on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
That one shows really like a scientific part of it, and he's the most unbiased uh, person I can find that shows like really scientific evidence
Right.
for plant-based diets, and also exactly how to implement it and what to watch out for. And like, B12 is often named as one of the deficiencies that you can only get that through animal products, but that's also not necessarily true, because it's also really hard to get it out of animal products nowadays, because they're made by algae. But uh, animals don't, they almost only eat soy,
Mm-hmm.
so they don't have B12 in their
Right.
flesh often. So even if you eat them, you don't get a lot of B12.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah. I think
Yeah,
it's definitely a lot of fear with people who don't really understand it and don't really know. Me included, I've definitely, before I started on this journey of being a nutrition coach and being a PT and being a fitness coach, knew very little
yeah,
about plant-based food and other
yeah,
other ways of eating really, because I've always eaten the way
Yeah,
I've eaten.
exactly.
And
Yeah,
it's only when you start to read into it a bit more, obviously the precision nutrition course really helps because it sort of opens up that sort of
yeah,
view,
for sure.
that you realise that, well, it's not as hard as you think, it's not as drastic as you think. And because I think there's a lot of, you're going to lose a lot of weight, you're going to do this, you're going to do that. Well, you're probably not, because the amount of athletes who you see out there who are fully plant based and they're still at the top of the game. So
Yeah,
there's definitely the benefits there, and it's just a different way of life and a different person's choice. Everyone's individual, and everyone goes the way they want to go. So yeah, I think it's like you say. I think the sustainability comes into it a lot as well. Like you said, there's going to be a big shift. Sustainability of meat and fish and things,
yeah,
it isn't going to last forever. I'm sure, obviously, that over here in the UK we have quite a lot of farms and meat and stuff, but in other countries it's not always freely available. So there's got to be other options. There's got to be other ways. And yeah, it'd be cool to check out the ebook when it does come out.
nice.
So staying with your business, what's next then? So you've got your ebook. What's your dream? Where are you growing to? Where are you going?
Yeah, so the next step would be to really start helping others and actually with their coaching and switching to a plant-based diet online. That would be already a dream for me to start doing that and to get results with that. And yeah, eventually I have a dream that I want to open a gym in Bali or in Amsterdam. I don't know, but that's like my main goal. But
Cool.
that can be in the far
Yeah.
future.
Yeah. It's
I'm
good.
just taking it step by step. And actually, right now I'm taking a break from social media for like, this is my first week without social media because I never spent that much time on it. And now since I'm starting this, it's like I'm way more. I know you must have had the same experience or
it's definitely
similar.
you sort of. I mean, I've always had social media. I've always had Facebook, Instagram. But yeah, as soon as you start the business, because
Yeah,
everything runs online. All my advertising. I mean, I do face-to-face stuff as well in my local
yeah,
area, but even all of the advertising for the face-to-face stuff and all of the paperwork for the face-to-face stuff, it's all done through social media. It's all done through a website. So you just spend your life staring at your phone or staring at a laptop.
yeah,
And even more so through the pandemic, because obviously everything was done online.
yeah, exactly.
Even clients for me that I had face to face came on Zoom, the same as we are now.
Yeah,
So everything just became So you are right, and it does have a kind of a detrimental effect on people's mental health. And
yeah,
again, it's something I wouldn't say I try and restrict my hours on it, but I try and sort of plan a bit better. So I'll get all my social media stuff gets planned on one day and put and scheduled on one day and all goes out. So I don't have to be constantly thinking of content to put out. But
yeah. That's good.
again, it's so easy when you see a notification pop up on your phone just to go on, and then you look up and
Yeah,
you've wasted an hour doing
yeah,
very little.
yeah, exactly. Then
So
you catch yourself after 10 minutes looking at some, I don't know, some other business profile that
yeah,
you like, but it's like not beneficial at all.
yeah,
And
no, you just
yeah,
end up wasting time. So
yeah, exactly.
how are you finding the no social media? Are you struggling? Are you
I really like it. Yeah, I still have the tendency sometimes that I get my phone and then, oh, I deleted the app.
all
Like I
right?
deleted Facebook and Instagram and stuff. So then it's like, oh, yeah, I don't have it. But now I started reading more and just more like enjoying things like the sunsets here instead of thinking like, oh, I have to take a picture,
Yeah,
like I
yeah,
can just be more in the moment
yeah,
than thinking about that. Because if that starts to happen, that I am somewhere and I see something nice and my first reaction is, oh, I want to get my phone. That's the moment that I think like, okay,
yeah.
you've spent too much time on social media.
Yeah, get off Facebook now.
Yeah,
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 very, very
exactly.
good. So, away from the business, then, have you got any personal goals around health and fitness? Are you aiming for anything at the minute? Are you training for anything at the minute? Or is it all
Right
just
now,
building the business?
no, I'm actually focusing on a lot of new things because normally I had hockey and it's like competitive with the team and you train 2 times a week and you play a match. And here, if it's just fitness, I really start to miss like something new to learn and with a group. So now I'm actually taking boxing classes 2 times a week,
Okay.
which is really fun. You really learn something new and you get your heart rate up. Like, it's really nice. And I try to go surfing in the morning, which is also like I still suck at it. Like I spend 2 hours and then I catch like 2 waves in total and almost drowned 5 times. But yeah, it's really a moment. You don't have your phone, you have no distractions
you
at
switched
all.
off, you're away from everything. I suppose even though you say you spend 2 hours in the sea and you want to catch 2 waves, but you've had 2 hours of time.
Yeah.
Effectively,
And man, it's exhausting, man. Surfing. I didn't expect that.
No,
But the paddling is like, wow.
Yeah, I've never done it. I live by the coast, but I've never actually done it. But you see quite a lot of surfers out on the sea when we go for a walk and stuff. One day maybe.
Really, it's not really cold.
Oh yeah, it'd be freezing. It's full wetsuit job. It's not like you.
Full wetsuit.
Yeah. It's not like you in Bali. It's full wetsuit job. No, freezing cold in the North Sea.
Wow.
But
those people have dedication. Who do that.
Yeah. I've done it with triathlons. I've been in the sea. But yeah. It's cold.
Really? That's cool. Triathlons. It's intense.
Yeah, I was an enthusiastic amateur.
Sorry?
I was an enthusiastic amateur. I always enjoyed it, but was never really any good at it.
Okay.
Enjoyed the sort of training to build up to the races rather than the actual being. I was competitive with myself rather than competitive with the others in the race, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, the good achievements, good fun.
Exactly. That's what it needs to be, right? The workout needs to be fun. That's something. Because if it's just gonna be lifting weights and only for how you look, it's gonna be so demotivating after you reached your goal. Maybe like you lost your weight.
Yeah.
Okay, are you gonna maintain it now? Probably not, because you're not enjoying it. So
yeah, I say it a lot. I find myself saying quite a lot to clients and to people: train to be fit, not to look fit. Because, like you say, it's not about having the 6-pack, having the Instagram pictures that make you look amazing. Because really, it's about how you feel and being able to still do the things that you love and you want to do. Rather than looking great with your top off, type of thing.
I mean, it can be a good confidence boost to look good, but it shouldn't be your sole reason.
No, it's not your sole goal, your sole aim. And the looking good comes with being fit, really, isn't it? I suppose it just
exactly.
It does go hand in hand.
And being happy with where you are, like, that's most important.
Mental health is a massive thing, especially around health and fitness. I really promote it, which I'm sure you will be as well. You do on your Instagram. I was saying that, and I'm sure you will be through all your business as well, because the be all and end all is about feeling good and being happy, really, isn't it? It's not about how fast you can run or how far you can run or how much weight you can lift. As long as you're happy doing it, lift whatever you want, sort of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, really good. Cool. I think that pretty much wraps us up. I will make sure I put all the details in the show notes of your Instagram page. If you've got any websites, I think send them over to me and I'll bang them in. But yeah, thank you very much for your time, and I will see all you guys on the next episode. Cheers.
All right. Thank you, Michael, for having me.
Okay, guys, thanks for listening. That was Maarten. I really hope you enjoyed that podcast. It was some really good insights on plant-based nutrition, his business, and his life in general. This podcast will be available everywhere as usual: Apple, Spotify, and all the other usual podcast shops, and also on the Athlos Personal Training Teesside YouTube channel. Please like, share, subscribe, drop a review if you would like to, and if you have any questions that you would like me to answer in future podcasts, just drop me a message. Thanks very much, and I'll see you on the next one.